What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy again at West Georgia Rods and Customs. I want to give you a part 4 of my molding your own parts tutorial series. Just thought I would kind of put everything out here in perspective of what I've been using. Just want to give you everybody kind of an overview of all 4 parts of what's turned out here and what I'm trying to achieve. I'm pretty happy with how the molds turned out. I got everything. What you see right here is I like this motor. This is the 454 big block Chevy Chevelle motor that comes in the heavy Chevy kit. Comes in 2 halves. I mean, right there's everything that I molded. There's still some pieces left to be desired, but I kind of wanted to get the majority of it. Do I want to mold it, or do I just want to go and buy some aftermarket, like maybe pulleys, things like that? I do have some carburetors that I want to I'm going to mold those probably now that I see that I can do this and be successful at it. I'm happy with how the molds turned out, but I want to pour, the resin into these and see how everything comes out. That way I can see I'm just not wasting my time. But what I did was kind of laid out everything that I need, that I've used in this series. Of course, in the part 1 and part 2, I showed y'all, how to make the mold box, what to use as far as I used popsicle sticks, and I used the kind of the fiber board. You can buy that fiber board at any, Hobby Lobby, any craft store, Michael's, et cetera, et cetera. Cut that to size, showed you how to do that in part 1, form it, take a hot glue gun, seal it up, build the box itself, and laying your parts down into the mold box itself, getting ready to pour the silicone on. Part 2, I showed you how to do, what to do once you get ready to pour your silicone into there. There's what I used right here as far as the Alumilite high strength number 3 base and the catalyst that comes along. These 2 products right here, they come in a kit along with the little scooper and a little bit small mixing stuff. Instead of using those, because of how large these are, I bought these instead, just a little mixing, and of course the cups, it shows everything graduated out as far as ounces. You'll need to know that when you're mixing your silicone. This is the Alumilite synthetic modeling clay that I used to fill up a lot of the voids, like I was showing you. And right there, here's a little bit, that's about all I used in that. And I've showed y'all where as far as what I do when I fill up, that way there's no, it did get by it, up under them a little bit, but, no harm, no foul. Some of the tools that was incorporated in doing this, these are just little sculpting spatulas. They look like dental instruments to me, but I use those in, filling up the voids with this right here, cleaning up the mold boxes once they came out. This is the kit that these 2 products right here comes in. This is what you need to be looking for at Michael's. You see it's $29.99, but with a 40% coupon, that knocks it down to about 20 bucks. Save these right here. Don't chunk these. Read over this. This tells you a lot about the molding process, little tips and stuff that you can use in making your mold, as well as using, the Alumilite, the part A and the part B. Once I got everything cleaned up, I pulled everything out of the molds. These, I don't even know if I can drill in. Let me see. They look kind of, they look good. I'm happy with them. I don't see any air bubbles that's going to show up when I pour the resin into these. These are actually, I am pretty happy. Really all you're going to do, you're just going to fill these little cavities up. Let me get right here. You'll fill this cavity up to, right about, the very lip. Don't let it run out over it, but you're just going to fill it up. And you'll let it set up probably, I think it said like an hour once you pour it up, and then you're ready to pop it out and let it, finish curing. You can pop once you pop them out, now there is some cleanup. Just don't think you're gonna pull out pristine part like this at all the time, every time. It'll require a little sanding, just to get it smooth as far as like on the backside, especially the surface where you're gonna join them, in the construction itself. And a lot of times, I use this in my, anytime I'm building. I just got me it's a piece of aluminum, just aluminum scrap that I had laying around at work. I put some heavy grit, like some 100, I think maybe 300 grit sandpaper on this, and I use this as a flat sanding edge. A lot of times, what I want to do if I want a good smooth edge, especially when I was cleaning these parts up, what I did was I just took that right there and just slid it over it till I got a smooth edge and then cleaned it up. Moving forward, as far as in the molding process, I'm going to let these molds finish. I'm going to let them set up probably 2 or 3 days before I even start casting any resin into them. Why? Just really want to let them. They're very flexible. I mean, you can see how flexible they are. But I just want to let them set up 2 or 3 days, let them cure. Once I do that, I'm going to take them into the kitchen and clean them up with some soapy water, some Dawn. That would, if there's anything down in the bottom of this, and then let them dry out real good. And then I think I'm going to be ready to start casting some stuff. There's the engine block halves. I think that turned out very good. And then here's you got like this right here is the air cleaner. This is the blower assembly. This is the water pump that goes on the front. This is the front of where that's that little piece right there. That's the front end of the blower assembly. And that's the back part, which is right there. That'll go right there. Then I got a set of valve covers here and a set of heads here and here. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. And then later on, maybe next weekend, this took all weekend to do right here. I just really want, like I say, I wanted to take my time in doing this. I want a good quality engine as far as to come out of here. And with this success right here, I'm pretty happy and pretty confident. Later on, maybe next weekend, I'll start using this product right here. This is the Alumilite Alumirez, which you can get this readily available at like at Hobby Lobby and some of your small, maybe if you're lucky enough to have a Hobby Town USA, I know they carry this product. But this is a Part A, Part B resin mixture, and mix ratio is just 1-to-1. You can use these little cups right here. These are just little mixing cups that you can that you pour Part A, Part B in. Of course, if you mix, if you pour it up to, what is that, 30 milliliters or 30 cc's or what have you, you'll mix 30 cc's of this and 30 cc's of Part A and B together in another cup, mix it, pour it. Then all you're going to do is just fill these up with the A and the B. You let it set up, and bam, you got a nice crisp motor ready to sand up a little bit and possibly put into one of your builds. But I hope this kind of clears the air with a lot of people that has questions about molding your own parts. I'm not going to try to start molding wheels or anything like that, but this is hopefully just the cost of, I purchased a hot glue gun. I've had this around the shop for years. Just those additions right there, and then you're going to have a little cost, with this right here as well as this right here. These were probably, I think, $3 or $4 right here. This is probably the most expensive. This is about, like I say, with a 40% off coupon, $20. Same right here. I think it was $29 for this right here, and the same thing you get. So you're probably looking at, I'm going to say in the vicinity of maybe $50, 60 tops, of making your own molds. $60, you probably go, well, Pappy, you could buy a lot of kits. No, not really. You figure the average model of a kit now is anywhere, if you go to Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that and use that 40% coupon each time, you're probably your cost comparison and your initial startup at doing something like this, learning the process and getting ready to start molding your own parts, it's probably going to be a great payoff later on. So hopefully this will clear the air, and I hope I've looked over a lot of tutorials, even from Alumilite. Alumilite's got some great tutorials in their on their website about how to do this. It covers some model car stuff, but it don't cover a whole lot. It covers, like fishing bait, jewelry, little jewelry pieces that you make, little whatnots, things like that. But using this same product right here with what I've got right here on the table, I hope that this helps anyone out. If you got any questions, you got any other tips, a lot of folks has already greatly helped me about if I'm starting to make another mold or start to cast another engine, which I probably will. This is a 454. I got a 427 over here, and I'm thinking about another 396. I've got in another kit out here. I may start forming those as well. I'm not doing this to sell, so don't everybody start going, hey, Pappy, make me one of these and I'll send you some money. Nope, I ain't doing that. I'm making this for my own stuff. But hopefully this will help y'all, everyone, kind of figure out and maybe take some of your own ideas in doing this. And hope this clears the air on helping possibly save a little money and having a little bit more fun. I really, really enjoyed doing this weekend and really enjoyed sharing this tutorial series with everyone. And hope it clears the air and hope it helps someone out. Anyhow, remember, guys, you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Pappy out.